Lineup changes tonight, Sheldon.
Timmins will come in for Giordano. Just managing Gio and really just getting Timmins in and needing to take somebody out to make that happen. And then similar to our last back-to-back, McMahon's going to be out today. Part lineup decision, part managing a situation that he's been dealing with, but also just probably more importantly for me, just getting Robertson in.
What's the key to overcoming the fatigue factor on a night like this, back-to-back, rested opponent, end of a long trip, all that?
Yeah, just being resilient, convincing yourself that you're not tired and you got lots of reasons to push through. Obviously, the last night's an emotional game that required a lot of emotion and energy, especially having to kind of turn the game in the second period, and it's not an easy game to play last night. But rather than looking at it as there might be any sort of fatigue, let's look at it more so that we had to get to a high level to compete in that game, and let's carry that forward to tonight.
What have you noticed about Ilya since his last start?
Notice that. To me, he's been stacking good days, and he's been hungry to get back in the net, which is really what I was been wanting to see. I think when he was not feeling as confident in the net, you could see it in the practices, and when that's the case, you almost look like a goalie that doesn't really want the net. He's been hungry for the net in this entire trip here, so that's been good to see, and we've had discussions daily about when was the right time to get him back in and whether we would change the plan. But obviously, sticking with Jonesy up until this point. But Sammy's been eager to get back in there.
When it comes to the penalty kill, what are you looking to kind of what does the tape kind of tell you to kind of maybe remedy some of the things that you might be seeing?
Well, the overriding theme, and it was an issue last night too, is just extending too far away from our net and open up seams and spaces is the big one in those decisions. I mean, you need to be able to extend from the net to apply pressure on loose pucks, to try to disrupt and get some clears out of your zone. But the recovery, getting back in, and the reads of when not to extend too far, that's to me where we need to continue to improve, keep things to the perimeter, allow our goaltenders to have an easier task, and that's really it. And I thought our first penalty kill to start the third period, not just because we scored, but the way that we got through that kill, I thought was really well done. And then you add the second and the third right on top of it, and using the same people and all those kind of things. It's a lot, but we can manage that better by staying home a little bit.
Mention it's not just the penalty kill. The power play's got to get going again. What can they do to rev that back up?
Yeah, it's execution has been off. So when execution is off, the passing is off, then entries aren't as clean. You don't spend as much time in the offensive zone. You don't generate as much momentum. You don't put as much wear and tear on the opposition. So that's really it. Obviously, at 4-on-3, you did a tremendous job for us in Calgary, and we really like that. But at 5-on-4, it's got to do a better job for sure.